Hello again, welcome back to the potting shed. Today I want to do a 6-month update of my Ficus Elastica or rubber plant. If you've been watching for a while, you will know that I did a bit of a chop on this one. It was growing straight up. We were sort of pretty much out of shot in terms of the height of this plant. It was just one shoot going straight up. I didn't think it looked very interesting, and also when they get that tall, once they start leaning towards the light, I tend to start toppling over in their pots, and generally it's just not a good look. So I thought I would give it quite a drastic chop. I almost chopped it in half, I think, certainly at least a third, if not a little bit more, of the overall height. I'll put some photos up of what it looked like before that. And the thing is, when a plant like this grows just straight up with one main stem, the longer it grows, the distance between the leaf nodes gets longer and longer. And in my opinion, it just gets a little bit uninteresting. So what I decided to do was give it quite a hard chop here. And in order to stimulate growth lower down, and just generally give it a more bushy look. And I think it's been pretty successful. 6 months on, it's been growing out in my garden. It's been getting plenty of natural sunlight, and it's actually turned this beautiful deep red in color, which I think is absolutely stunning. That's the sort of the additional sunlight that's done that. Really nice. And what we've got here, this is the chop point. So we've got a replacement apical shoot growing here. And then from that point, we've got another shoot coming out to the side and another one to this side here. Lower down about halfway, we've got another shoot towards the back, and then two small ones that were already at the base that are now extending. So all in all, I think this looks like a much more balanced plant as a result. It's not going to fall over as easily. And personally, I just prefer the way it looks. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's been a pretty good success. The plant has been invigorated, it's growing strongly, it's a more manageable height and size for my house. So overall, if you have a Ficus Elastica that's just going straight up and it's causing a problem for you, then I would thoroughly recommend you give it a chop. Don't be afraid. As you can see, it hasn't killed the plant, it's only invigorated it. It sends extra growing signals to the plant to send out additional growth. So you really can control the way the plant looks and grows by doing things like this. Alternatively, if you want something just to grow as tall as possible, then you can leave it to do its thing. But personally, I think this is a nicer look. All in all, I think this has been a pretty good experiment. I really do love the waxy leaves of the rubber plant and the shininess, the sheen, the natural sheen you get from them. They're relatively easy to look after. They're pretty tolerant to a little bit of forgetful watering, shall we say. They're not too picky, and as you can see, they do make for a very nice house plant. So if you have a rubber plant that you're having trouble with, give it a go. Don't be afraid to get stuck into it and see what you can do. So what are the next steps for this plant? Well, I'm pretty happy the way it is. I'm just going to let it grow on and bush out a little bit more. These side shoots will probably keep extending. This new apical shoot will just keep going, so I may chop that back again to limit the height, because that's going to be the next thing that's just going to keep getting taller and taller. But that's a pretty straightforward thing. You can even just nip the growing tip out where the next leaf is forming. You can, in fact, I'll do that now. You can just nip that out with your fingers, just pinch and twist. You can take the growing tip off, and what that'll do, that'll stop that stem in where it is, and again that will send extra energy to the side shoots, and that's really what I want. I don't need it or want it any taller, so to keep something stocky and bushy is my plan for this one. It will need a repot at some point. This has already been repotted once, but there's already some roots starting to grow out the bottom of the pot. So maybe spring next year I'll think about giving it a bigger pot. But for the moment, I think it's fairly happy It's fairly healthy. All right, I think that pretty much wraps this one up. Just a quick update. I know a lot of you have been asking on the original video for an update to let you guys know how it's been getting on. So here it is. I'm really happy with it. And if you have any care issues you're going through with your rubber plant, then do let me know down in the comments and I'll try and help you out if I can. And if you have anything else to do with rubber plants that you would like me to explain in a video, do let me know down below and I'll see what I can do for you. Thanks very much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Plenty more houseplant videos coming along very soon. Bye for now.